Mission has that action feel about it, and rightly so, because mission is the bite-sized chunk of the vision that you are going to tackle. Now, some of those bite sizes will be bigger than others, but whatever bite size you take, choosing your mission is an act of commitment to achieve it. And believe me, pursuing your passion and chasing your dreams is not mission impossible. If vision answers the question, where are we going? Mission brings some more immediacy and answers the question, where are we going right now? So why do we need a vision and a mission? Well, if you recall, vision is unrestricted, a world without poverty. There is nothing behind that in the plan. Mission brings some more specificity. It creates a target for us. And by doing so, it tells us what we and others around us should be doing to achieve the mission to deliver the vision. Mission doesn't have the same freedom as vision. It needs some tighter definition. We need to bring in some components that allow us to measure our progress towards delivering the mission and the vision. And in the ebook, we'll look at SMART measures, a mnemonic that gives us some specificity around measuring how we're going forward in that journey. But the T in that mnemonic is time bound, and that will be critical in how we articulate our mission. Having spent a lot of time in corporate settings, I believe that mission has become corrupted by the phrase mission statement. A mission statement is often seen as a piece of creative marketing to pop on your website to explain what you do. But as a Royal Air Force officer in training, mission was time critical, and rarely did we have the time to wordsmith what needed to be done. We were communicating for action. We would simply be looking for the most efficient way to say what needed to be done and by when. You need to proceed uphill A, B, C and set up a forward operating base by 0900 tomorrow morning. Communicating for action is central to articulating our mission, and we'll look at how to do that now. Mission is very much like vision in that it's comprised of two things: a to statement and a time to do that thing by. The to statement is a commitment to action, so we use a verb, a to statement, to do something. But we can also build in important measurables: to open 6 feeding centres, to feed 120 people, to cut reoffending by 20%. These measures help us to understand whether we're on track to our goal. Time is the most often missed measure in selecting a mission. People let things drift, not intentionally. I've even seen a project run for so long without an end date that people actually forgot what the project was for and cancelled it. When setting your time goal, it's important to be realistic. Now, I'm an optimist, and I like to do things fast. I like to eat fast, drink fast, finish a run fast. It's not that I'm particularly competitive, I'm just objective focused. And that presents me with a natural challenge in defining the end date for my mission. I've learned over time to take advice, to add 20% to my original idea. The important thing is that you hold yourself accountable to that end date. So who should do mission? The same group that decide vision should be heavily involved in deciding the mission. It's important they have the same commitment to the mission that they did the vision, and it's important that they endorse the fit between mission and vision. But in deciding your mission, you may want some specialist support. If you've chosen a goal of ending world hunger, well then you may want somebody who knows something about food security if you don't know anything. What these specialists do is help us to put informed measures around our mission. Sometimes we can content ourselves with best guesses about what should be. These specialists might be long-term collaborators, but you may just bring them in as consultants to help you articulate that mission perfectly. One of the questions I get asked most often is, can I have more than one mission? The simple answer is yes, you can. But you need to be careful about spreading your resources and intellectual capacity too thinly. Working with charities, I often see two missions running in parallel. One to advocate for a policy change and one direct action trying to make an example of how that change might work. So for example, their direct action might be to provide free school meals, and their advocacy might target government and a policy change that all schools should provide free meals. By doing this, the direct action can prove that their desired policy change would work. They would measure the benefits in classroom behaviour or educational attainment to back up their advocacy mission. Another area where I see people taking on more than one mission is when they're tackling something new. They find in the process of taking on a mission that there are some foundational issues that they need to address ahead of taking on the full mission. I've used an example for many years about how this works. I created a fictitious smartphone company, and one morning the CEO, he wakes up and he thinks, I want to see the power of the IBM in the palm of my hand. So he walks into work and he calls a big meeting and the team come around him and he says, I have this vision, the power of an IBM in the palm of my hand. There's a stunned silence, but one voice speaks up. It's Jimmy, the designer. I know what it looks like, boss. Great, Jimmy. Can you make me one by the end of the month? Jimmy takes a big breath. I just don't really know what goes on inside it. No problem, says the CEO. We will get the coders. Coders, can you develop a system to go in Jimmy's box by the end of the month? The coders go, no, boss, you don't understand. There's not a chip powerful enough to run that system. It can't be done, we can't see. Not a problem, says the CEO. I will get on to the chip manufacturers. They need to get on board. And he picks up the phone and calls the chip manufacturers. They say to him, hold on a second. We could theoretically develop a chip like that, but we don't know of a material that would run a chip that powerful without heating to a point it would burn your hand. The CEO pauses for a moment, thinking his dream's dead, and then he says, I will call the material scientists. He calls the material scientists, jumps onto a plane, flies overseas, and they say, we can invent anything. How much money have you got? What we see there is he never lost the vision, the CEO, for the power of the IBM in the palm of his hand. But underneath those missions was a cascade of other missions he needed to achieve in order to release himself to deliver the original mission. Now, there is a legitimate argument that what we term a cascade of mission is actually work packages within a broader project. But the reason we include this in mission is because quite often when people are starting out, they see this cascade of mission and become overwhelmed. We want to tell you that it's okay. Keep your focus on the final mission, but be sure to address each of these missions with the same passion and vigor.